This is the Convene podcast. My name is Maggie, Digital Media Editor. Research shows traditional networking methods don't work for women. A growing number of female-only events and spaces are trying to get it right. Architects of Connection, Part 2 of Convene's September-October cover and CMP series, written and read by Jennifer N. Dienst, Senior Editor at Convene.
Beyond the Old Boys Club, How Women Are Networking Their Way. Women need a different kind of networking structure than men, according to J. Kelly Hoey, a networking expert and author of Build Your Dream Network, Forging Powerful Relationships in a Hyper-Connected World. The way successful men network, Hoey told Convene, does not work for successful women. Women typically have narrow and deep networks, while men have broad and shallow networks, she said. Both have strengths and weaknesses. A broad, shallow network is great for finding and spreading big ideas and opportunities, while the strength of a narrow, deep network is having a tight-knit community of close friends and colleagues to rely on, she said. The downside of only having the latter is that it doesn't have a lot of room to expand your wings. High-achieving women have both. In addition to having a trusted inner circle, they know people across the industry. They have these acquaintance-level professional relationships that they can turn to or look to for insights, Hoey said, adding that she has found this to be true based on research across myriad industries and countries. Yet roadblocks often seem to stand in the way of building those far-reaching networks. Women spend less time networking in the prime years of their career compared to men, according to Julia Borstein's book, When Women Lead. One reason why that may be is the mid-career period is also the time when many women choose to start families. But studies also show a significant drop-off in networking during this career phase for women who don't have children as well. Challenges connecting at events. It can be especially difficult for women to make meaningful connections when attending events in sectors that have a high density of men, like STEM. Researchers from the University of Minnesota performed a randomized field experiment at an IT conference where women had experienced significantly less success in networking than men, hypothesizing that two barriers were to blame: challenges locating and meeting new people, and social barriers that make interactions difficult. The researchers designed and tested a solution where attendees received a non-reciprocal list of potential contacts and introductions made over email. The result was a huge success. The number of new contacts women met increased by 57%. The time spent talking to those contacts jumped by 90%, and the number of LinkedIn connections they added went up by 29%. To boot, their odds of scoring a new job increased by a factor of 1.6%. Interestingly, those same interventions did not improve men's incomes in the study. There is something about traditional networking that simply has not worked for women, Borstein writes, and women are trying to do something about it. Caroline Childers and Lindsay Kaplan, founders of Chief, are two of them. The pair met, according to Borstein's book, after experiencing a frustrating networking event together and realized they were both looking for the same thing: a simple, structured solution to their networking challenges that would give them access to useful, like-minded professionals. They started Chief in 2019 with the hope that through high-level connections and coaching, more women could move into positions of power and influence. Today, with 20,000 members, Chief claims to be the largest network of senior women executives. The company hosts in-person and virtual gatherings, as well as annual one-day summits in major U.S. cities, along with other community experiences and personalized career consultations. Creating opportunities. Research shows that women-only gatherings can level the playing field. In a study of 2,600 women who had attended an event organized by the Conferences for Women, whose mission is to promote, communicate, and amplify the influence of women in the workplace and beyond, they had triple the likelihood of receiving a pay increase of more than 10% in the year following the event, while 78% reported feeling, quote, more optimistic about the future, and 71% said they feel more connected to others. Women-only professional events are definitely getting bigger billing, Hoey said. The need and opportunity has been there for years, and now women are unapologetic about seeking opportunities that fulfill or advance their business needs and in a format that fits their worldview. The next best thing to a women-only event? Dedicating spaces and events for them within larger events. The Female Quotient is an organization that brings its sassy style of pop-up equality lounges to traditionally male-dominated, high-profile events, like the World Economic Forum, Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity, and CES. FQ got its start when Shelley Zalis, now CEO, attended CES in 2013 and felt tired of being an only and lonely. So she invited other female attendees at the conference, an estimated 3% at the time, to walk the trade show floor with her. 50 women showed up and a movement began. The second I was surrounded by women just like me, talking about work-life balance and imposter syndrome, and we also all had the power of the purse. We all had money. We started doing deals with one another, she told Event Marketer in 2023. During a session at FQ's Equality Lounge at Cannes Lions in 2023, published on YouTube, panelist Valerie Beauchamp, who has compared the networking habits of men and women in her role as LinkedIn's vice president and global head of agency development and marketer education, said that she has found one major differentiator. Men, Beauchamp said, are unafraid to ask uncomfortable specific questions, like, how much money do you make? I'm going for a new job and I need to figure out my market value, for example. Beyond networking. Since Zalis first walked the floor 11 years ago, there are now several one-off events and spaces for women to connect at CES, which is owned and organized by the Consumer Technology Association, or CTA, in addition to FQ's Equality Lounge. That includes the Women of and Forum at CES networking reception, the WICT Legacy Awards 2024, hosted by Women in Consumer Technology, CTA's Women in Tech Brunch, and corporate partner functions like Walmart Sisters in Sales and Walmart Connect Fireside Chat. Earlier this year, CTA named its first female president in nearly 100 years, Kinsey Fabrizio, a 16-year veteran of the association who has previously served as senior vice president, CES, and membership. Fabrizio has seen the evolution of CES firsthand. Fabrizio told Convene that while she feels like there is always more work to do, she thinks we're doing a good job in seeing the increase of women at these events year over year. Next year, for example, the Equality Lounge will move to a bigger space at CES due to high demand. Fabrizio said that women attending CES are looking for more than just networking. She often sees them making connections during the show, then going on to set up one-on-one mentoring afterward. As a woman who's come up in the tech industry, mentoring has been something that I've gained so much value from, she said. Having one-on-one mentoring from other women has really been critical to my career growth and my path at CTA and CES. Why are these women-only networking spaces so popular? Convene breaks down the secret sauce behind the Female Quotient's sassy style of pop-up equality lounges. In Convene's September-October 2024 CMP series, we explored why traditional networking methods aren't working for women and how a growing number of female-first spaces are trying to get it right. One of them is the Female Quotient, known for their pop-up equality lounges at traditionally male-dominated, high-profile events like the World Economic Forum, Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity, and CES. FQ started when Shelley Zalis, now CEO, attended the Consumer Electronics Show in 2013 and felt tired of being an only and lonely. So she invited other female attendees at the conference, an estimated 3% at the time, to walk the trade show floor with her. 50 women showed up and a movement started. The second I was surrounded by women just like me, talking about work-life balance and imposter syndrome, and we also had all this power of the purse, we all had money, we all started doing deals with one another, she's told Event Marketer in a 2023 interview. What keeps FQ's Equality Lounges packed? According to CES, they plan to move the Equality Lounge to a larger space in 2025 due to demand, is keeping genuine connections at the forefront and creating warm and inviting equality lounges at events where, said FQ President Talia Bender-Small said, you're greeted with a hug, a hello, and a yes. FQ's signature equality lounges focus on creating space where real connections and friendships can be formed, Bender Small told Convene via email, and then, of course, lead to great business opportunities. While the lounges offer programming on topics that aren't widely discussed in other spaces, fostering thoughtful discussion and intentional action, Bender Small said, the environment is more relaxed in nature and can often serve as a reprieve from the hectic nature of conferences. Here are a few key equality lounge elements. No badges. We don't ask people to wear badges because we want connections to be based on more than work, Bender Small said. This is critical to the nature of the lounges because everyone should have the opportunity to relationship build, engage, and be inspired, whether they're a solo entrepreneur or a mid-level employee or the CMO. No clicks. Regular or returning Equality Lounge attendees, Bender Small said, are encouraged to seek out new acquaintances and include those who may be alone in their conversations. Activations that encourage connecting. Equality lounges feature headshot stations, a coffee bar, and even confidence-style offerings. These not only serve our guests, helping them feel more prepared for the next day, Bender Small said, but also facilitate natural connections among strangers as they wait in line or sit next to each other in the hair and makeup chair. Attending to women's needs. Case in point, a dedicated area for breastfeeding mothers is part of the lounge's design.
If you enjoyed this episode, do give us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. For more industry insights, visit pcma.org/convene. Until next time.